You are T. You are T. Who are we? You are T. This is the URT. You are the URT. And we're shite, people. We're shite. Pick up Alien Tenno. Big up Alien Tenno. Big up Jamie Wayne. Big up to most of you. Smash a like on the video. Subscribe to the channel. If you're not already subscribed, we are shite. And we are shite. And we are shite. Can you hear me all right, people? Can you hear me? Can you hear me? Oh, man. Yes, the performances are getting worse, man. He bottled it today. Absolutely bottled job, Ruben Amorim. And he's also coming out now defending the fucking Ineos and the Glazers. Nah, mate. Fuck off with that, mate. Fuck off out of here with that shit. Blaming himself to cover fucking for the Glazers and for Ineos. Now get the fuck out of here with that talk, man. Get the F out of here with that talk. I'm not here for that. I'm not here for that. But he bottled it today. He absolutely bottled it. I would have played Fletcher and Kone today in midfield. I would have. That's what I would have done. But big up to everybody. Love and like. Please smash a like on the video because we were shite. League 2 fucking level of performances, mate. Absolutely dog shite. Yeah, because Mufc, they're a shit Spurs team. We played against a shit Spurs team. Absolutely horrendous Spurs team. That's who we played against. So I'm not shocked or surprised. And we're shite. We're shite. Pick up Alien Tenno. I'm not shocked that you're angry, Mufc, because we played against a shit Spurs team. 3 times they beat us. 3 times this season. 3 times they beaten us. 3 times. Comfortably at home. We were the better team in the League Cup. Today they beat us. But he bottled it. And now he's coming out defending the fucking Ineos and Glazers. Nah, get the F with that, man. I'm not here for that. I'm not here for that. But forget the championship, people. League 2, we'd be lucky to get into League 2 with this shite. Protest, mate, or the uprisings. I don't like the word riot. It's called uprisings, man. Manchester United fans need to uprise, mate. But big up, people. Smash a like on the video. Subscribe to the channel if you're not already subscribed, people. Let's get the likes up. The channel is shadow banned, but we don't give a damn. We would always shout for the people. Free fucking Palestine. Every minute, every second. 24/7. 65 days in it. Free fucking Palestine, Lebanon, Congo, Sudan. Free the people, free them all. Free the Manchester 10 as well while we're there. But yeah, what kind of shit was that? It was a shit show. Big up Khalis Rabani Lassie, Chief Editor, United Real Therapy. United have lost 12 of 25 Premier League this season. Won 8, drawn 5. Their most defeats for the first 25 matches in the league campaign since 1973-74, when they were relegated from top flight. Yeah, that's it. That's where we're at. But people, smash a like. Channel shadow banned. We are shadow banned, so help us fight against the algorithm. Smash the flipping like. What did we think of that today? Why did he bottle it? Why did he bottle it? Why did he bottle it? Why couldn't he bring the youngsters on? Why couldn't you bring the youngsters on? Smash the lights, people. Smash the lights. Why couldn't you bring the kids on today? Why couldn't you do it? Why couldn't he have put the kids on? Can somebody please tell me in the comments, yeah? Why couldn't he have played the kids today? Why couldn't he not started with Fletcher or Cornet or one of them at least and took off Rasmus, who was doing shit all. Should have took Rasmus off for Cheeto. Should have done that. Yeah, I do feel Dogu's come from Lecce, bottom of Serie A, to now struggling with Manchester United. What does that tell you? What does that tell you? And yeah, don't worry, we're going to come to Gary Neville. Gary Neville never mentions Ineos or the debt or Glazers anymore. Wonder why? There's a video in this channel. If you want to know the truth, go to this channel, go to videos, and you find out. When I told everybody, I was ahead of the curve before everybody else. I told you the video was called Gary Neville is Compromised. And I break it down, the reasons why he's compromised and the reasons why he won't say shit anymore. Yes, of course I was right. Big up to you, man. Listen, people need to subscribe, smash a like on the video. We've got a lot to talk about. We have a lot to talk about today. A lot to talk about. It don't matter if people don't want to jump on. I'm here anyway. Let's do the show. Where do we start? Where do we start? Scozy. 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 Where do we start? You tired? He's like, you know what? Leave me alone. I'm tired. Scozy's like, leave me alone, fella. I'm tired. Manchester United have now failed to score in 10 of their 25 games. Only Everton 12 have failed to score more in the Premier League this season. Well, today it wasn't for lack of trying. I thought today we made chances, but we just missed them. We missed them. But yeah, the stats are real, man. The stats are real. But this has been coming for this is not just on Amorim and this team right now. This has been happening for the past how many years? We've always said strikers is a graveyard shift. We've always said that. We don't create, we don't keep the ball up the pitch more. But today, to be fair, we did create some challenge. Let me get to the stats of the game today. Let me get to the stats of the game today. Let me give you some of the stats from the game today. Some of the stats. Match stats. There we go. In attack. 20. They had 22 shots. We had 16. They had 7 on target. We had 6 on target. And I think we had the better chances. We had the better chances. Shots off target, 6. We had a similar 6 shots off target as well. Block shots, they had 9. We had 4. Attempted outside the box, 2. They had 3. XG from open play, 1.2. They had 1.3. XG from set play, they had 0.4. We have 3.4, 0.3.4. But yeah, we were shit, man. Can't lie to you. Tackles, they won 13 tackles. We won 32 tackles. 1 tackle, we won 22. Yeah, we won the duels more, so 55, but the physicality was shocking. When it came to distribution, they were way better. Other than the long balls, we played a lot of long balls. We were like 50 long balls. Accurate passes, they were way better. 519 passes. Let me get this up. Let me just bring Sean on here. Sean, Amorim fucking bottled it. He bottled it today. Why didn't he start some of the youngsters? Absolute disgrace. That was. Let me just get the stats up for the people. Let me go through the stats of the game. Big up to you, though. What's that? Sean's disappeared. Sean's not having it. He's disappeared. Let me share this. Let me share this with you lot. Let me share this. Can you see it there? Distribution. Total passes. 394. How many times did we give the ball away? Accurate passes. 329. 457. Passes backwards. 90. 54. Forward passes. 162 passes forward. 113. Total long balls. 22 to 50. Successful final third passes. 100 to 139. Total crosses. 30 to 24. Touches. 743. Touches in the box. 45. 32. Dispossessed. Yeah. And in terms of goalkeeper, they both made 6 saves, to be fair. Goal kicks. Boy. If you look at the stats, it makes you think we won the duels, but we didn't win the duels. Physicality-wise, they were way better than us. Big up, Sean. How you doing? Smash a like, people. Smash a like on the video.
I'm good. It was a disaster of the game today, but
Amorim fucking bottled it. What have you got to say about that? He bottled. Why didn't he fucking bring the kids on at least?
Yeah, I don't
in the fucking game.
I don't disagree at all. Average age of our bench was 19.3 years, I think. But that's no excuse, I think, for the manager to not make a single substitution and not try to like affect the game. Because I was watching the game like basically, and I'm wondering, up to 80, 85, 89, 90 minutes, what's Amorim seeing that we're not, right, in this game here? What could he possibly be observing that we're not, or that he doesn't think needs to be changed? And whatever point he's trying to make, is his pride more important than the outcome on the pitch, basically, or the results that we're experiencing? So yeah, no, it was a particularly pathetic game. In a season or a period where we've had really bad games, I think today's loss was bad. The players clearly lack confidence. Like there's no confidence at all in this team. Nobody has a clue what they're supposed to do.
A coach's job is to instill confidence.
I'm with you there. I don't disagree with that at all. And that's something that I think Amorim is failing at, and I think it's his fault, right? Because he bought into this silly narrative that everything, prior to him coming here was shit, and so he's not at fault, and he gets to talk shit about his own players basically, and then expect them to deliver for him on a weekend. So I think he's reaping exactly what he has sown. It's just unfortunate that it's such an eyesore, basically, for us United fans who have to watch and experience this shit, basically, week in, week out. But yeah, nah, today's one was particularly bad, honestly, because we're 16th now. Like, Ahmad is injured for the season, Kobe is injured for the season. I don't know where a win is coming from for love or money or luck or anything at all. So yeah, it's really bad. It's really bleak, right? Like Amorim, I think, has a lot of questions to answer. Like the fact that he brought on Chido Obi with 3 minutes to go, I think was just criminal, honestly. He should have done something to affect the game. There's absolutely no excuse, right? This idea that he didn't have anybody else, they're just injuries, like it's no excuse. It's no excuse at all. The Premier League is littered with 17 and 18-year-olds who are playing week in, week out for their various teams, right? And if you're saying that, like, oh, the environment is toxic, and that's why you don't want to bring in a 17 or 18-year-old, then boo-hoo, right? Pay me the smallest violin for you, for that young player, and for the manager who is so fragile in this moment that they can't afford, to bring in another professional or soon to be professional footballer. It's a mess, honestly. It's a mess, and it's not. It doesn't look like there's an upside coming at any point in time soon. It seems like because we're 10 points away from the relegation zone, right? And I'm forced to sit here today thinking, Is 10 points enough? Right? Like, are we secure enough? Because I really don't want to be in this let's burn it all down um path, because I don't think there's light at the end of the tunnel. Like, I don't believe that.
Burn it down,
And
man.
so
That's the difference between me and you. I'm about burn it down and start again. And you're like, no, you want to something that is dying. Manchester United is dead. It's dead. The football club is dead, right? Dead food. So you might as well just get out of
Amorim
this
is
misery
killing it.
and we start again. We start again.
It's not dead of its own accord, right? And that's like, I think, a disagreement that I have with a lot of people. Like, I just don't agree that these losses that we're experiencing are inevitable, right? Like, that there's no choice. Like, there's no other outcome for us but to just be losing week in, week out, because woe is us, essentially, right? Woe is us. It's our cursed loss to be stuck with the Glazers, and so therefore, what you should expect is constant losses. Please, no. What we saw today was pathetic, and it's pathetic because the manager is playing a system that the players don't understand and that is not working in this league so far. That's what's happening, basically. And if you say that, okay, that is a near-term price to pay for future success, I'm willing to accept that to an extent, right? I'm willing to accept that we need to experience some short-term pain for long-term gain. But I'm not seeing it. I'm not seeing the light at the end of the tunnel. With this thing, and it's frustrating, honestly, and it's increasingly difficult, basically, to back and support and even understand to a large extent what the hell is happening. To this. What happened this week in training? What happened this week in training that 6 players ended up injured or unavailable? Is it a flu? Is it a sickness? Is it muscle or physical injuries? What the hell is going on um, in this club, right? You paraded 19-year-olds on the bench. You didn't think at any point in time you needed to make a change to try and affect the game. Like, yeah, it's really bad, honestly, at this point in time. It's bad. We've become we thought it was bad before, but like now we've kind of just become, like, for lack of it, pathetic. Like, honestly, this game today was pathetic. Like, we had absolutely nothing to offer. Even in previous, like, bad regimes, we huffed and we puffed, right? Like, we huffed and we puffed, and we had moments of brilliance, but we're moments FC or we're player FC, or it was one thing or the other. But now all of that has been stripped away, and it's just pathetic, right? Like, I'm like, this style of play. I'm not enjoying it. Like, I don't want to eat style of play. Like, I don't want to eat having a specific shape where we pass the ball from left to right, and we have three at the back, and we're inverting our wing backs and pushing our number 10s wide. I don't give a fuck about any of that stuff. Like, I want to win games, right? I want to enjoy what I'm watching, and I'm not. I'm not enjoying it. Like, I'm not enjoying this constant, like, not only are we losing, we're losing in such a toothless, pathetic manner.
Without a fight, without a
Um,
proper fight. Big up to
without the
Yassi
fight.
says, shame on you for not beating Spurs. We're shit. And this Spurs shit is the worst Spurs team I've seen, one of the worst Spurs teams I've seen in a long time. And they beat us 3 times this season. Let that sink in. Let that sink into you. They beat us 3 times this season. 3 times. Record, Tottenham have the first time to win 3 separate games against Manchester United in a single season in all competitions. Shins Chelsea 2012-13. What does that tell you? What does that tell you? League 2, mate. We're on League 2 form. I'm telling you now, forget Championship. Ruben Ahmed Diallo is out of the rest of the season. He did a tackle and his feet stuck in the grass. Christian Eriksen and Lenioro were sick but could return soon. Oh, honestly, Ruben Amorim sometimes Bruno reached the ball and build up because he's really good at switching the play. But then when Bruno's to press really, really hard, Bruno's one of the worst pressers in the fucking league. He runs in direct straight lines other than angling his run. And when you're changing all the time to get players to react to the base, it's really hard. Listen, why didn't you get the kid on, Kone? You could have played Bruno up the pitch, kept Kone, and had a striker to bring on, and took off Højlund and played Cheeto. I'm sure Cheeto would not have done worse than what Højlund was doing out there.
Yeah, I mean that's how I feel as well, right? Like it was terrible for the entire 90 minutes. And the fact that Amorim watched all of it, like he saw everything basically, and didn't think in his mind at any point in time that anything needed to change. It's for me it's criminal, it's unacceptable. And the idea that like, oh, because they're young players, I didn't think it was right to play them. Bullshit. He was a coward. He was scared. Basically, he's overwhelmed by the pressure of everything that he's facing. And we're seeing real time what United does to bright and talented managers. Basically, the club is toxic. Is eating basically is taking away the life from his eyes, from his face. He looks sullen, drained from before. He himself has probably lost some confidence, and the players have lost all confidence. David's talking about how, they interviewed David after, and he's talking about how clearly the team lacks confidence. Even the blind man can see that. They have no clue, basically, what they're supposed to do. They have no faith in what they're being asked to do, right? So they have no belief in the system or in themselves. And that's why I'm placing it entirely squarely at the manager's feet and at this narrative that has painted them as such terrible players. Because we can't eat our cake and have it, right? We can't spend all this time putting it out there how shit the players are and then expecting anything different from them than what we saw today. So Amorim needs to lie. He needs to lie to himself. He needs to lie to the players and get them to believe that they are better than what we're seeing. That needs to be, that's the most important part of his job going forward. He needs to get these players to believe that they are better than what they are currently doing. If you are a United fan out there and you think that what we saw from this team today is their level in terms of quality, right? I couldn't disagree with you more. This team is better than what they are producing, and the manager needs to find a way to get that out of them. That's
But Sean, he's not at the moment. He's not, and he's coming out with a lot of waffle here. Like they will play. Talk about the academy play. They will play during this season. They will have games in the Cup and Europe, and they will play. I feel like everybody can feel it. We're near the goal. Why the fuck did you not start today then, Amorim? Why didn't you do it today? Why didn't you do it today? I don't want to change the players. We were near it. Near what? We didn't like scoring. What is he talking about? We were nowhere near sustaining the pressure of the pitch. The game became like a basketball towards the end. Back to Eric Ten Hag settings. And the gap between Bruno and Casemiro left all by himself. First game he starts in a long time, right? Since Amorim's coming. And then he leaves him alone. And I'm like, you've got three centre-backs and a skinny little kid in Tells. So why don't you just get one of the centre-backs to jump in midfield when Bruno goes, so Casemiro's at least got something next to him? Why? Why don't you at least do that? Imagine this. You've got one person here, right? Let me just say this, right? Bruno is about here. He's jumping out. And then you got three centre-backs back here, right? Three centre-backs back here. Let one of these centre-backs go and help Casemiro. But he didn't do it. He didn't do it. He's not doing it.
He's concussed. He's
chatting, waffling here. Being 50, of course, for us fans, we need a lot. We need a lot to look at the bigger picture. Let's just focus on the next game and do everything. Next game, we're getting beat, mate. Everton are on fire, mate. They're on fire. Big up Danny B, man. I hope you well. Love.
It's bad out
Listen,
here.
people, there's over 370 of you in here. Please smash a like on the video. Subscribe to the channel if you're not subscribed. Because here we call it out. I was calling it out. People want me to be quiet. People want to put a gag on my mouth and tell me to be quiet. They want to put a sellotape around my fucking mouth and tell me to be quiet. I'm not going to be quiet. I'm going to call it what I see with my own eyes. He sat there on that bench throwing his arms around while there's 19-year-olds who could have took the opportunity, would have brought a bit more energy, a bit more vigor into the game. And he brings on Cheeto on what, 92 minutes, 91 minutes, 3 minutes, 90th minute he brings him on. I mean, what kind of time to make an impact? Big up Khalis Ramadine Lassie. People, make sure you follow him on Twitter, on X, Khalis Ramadine Lassie. Jamie Wayne is pissing me off, man. This guy's effing pissing me off. He absolutely bottled it. Pick the youngsters. That first half performance was dreadful. So many of them were playing so crap. Should have took them up, get the youngsters on. At least there's something for us to get behind. At least there's something for us to get behind. Get the youngsters on the pitch.
But he's scared.
One thing they'll give you is endeavor. They will give you endeavor and heart.
He's scared to make a decision. Somebody who came into the Premier League being like a decisive, brave manager, I can make the big calls. Now he's scared. He's been chasing. He's been beaten black and blue. He's concussed, so he's waffling in press conferences now. He's emotional. He's breaking TVs. You know, he's talking out of his ass. And now he's losing games.
And now he's coming out defending the Glazers. Defending the Glazers and Ineos, saying, oh, it's the players' fault. Why people are getting sacked. I mean, what kind of shit is that?
He's trying to be diplomatic now.
No manager that's ever sided with these vultures ever lasting in this. The fans will turn on you. It's a fucking warning, Amorim. It's a warning. Do not come out in press conferences defending Spinios and fucking Glazers. Shocking, absolutely shocking. And you know what hurts me? You know what hurts me, people? If Spurs were a really good team, they're so shit. And they beat us 3 times this season. I felt the team was good during the game. What the fuck? What game are you watching? The first half we were dreadful. Second half the game became a basketball ping pong.
That's a sign that the manager is losing it. Like, once we've seen this before, right? Once they start saying things in press conferences that sound kind of disconnected from reality, they start trying to stage manage the narrative. They start trying to be very careful in affirming a version of reality that they want. Well, actually, we played well. You know, if you ignore everything else, we played well. If you ignore your eyes and look at this specific thing I want you to see, in reality, we really played well. He's losing it. He's losing himself. He's losing, his confidence. He doesn't know what to do with the players that he has. He doesn't know what to do with the quality of opposition that he's facing. He doesn't know what to do with the kind of questions he keeps getting asked in the media. He's disassembling essentially. As United fans, I think we can only hope that whatever it is that people saw in him as a good manager, that good manager that he is, somewhere deep down, he's able to find some.
You know what,
miracle.
Sean? We're a broken football club, though. We are a cesspit of a football club. So everybody that comes and touches this virus gets infected, and they all start waffling and chatting shit. All of them start getting concussions and start having some terminal illness. That's what happens to them. Players, coaches, managers, it happens to them all. We're that football club now where people leave Manchester United to start playing better and start doing well other places. There's 400 of you here. Subscribe to the channel. Like the video. It costs you absolutely nothing. We haven't even got 200 likes yet, and there's over 400 of you in here.
Amorim is scared. He's scared, and it's too bad. honestly, because you can't afford to be. The league will eat you up, swallow you, and spit you out. Basically, like this is unforgiving, an unforgiving, cruel league. There's no room for ideologues, right? You have to be pragmatic as well as ideological in the Premier League. Whatever philosophy you have of football, you have to be willing to adjust in one way, shape, or form. Amorim has to be open to the fact that whatever idea of football he
No,
has.
I'm not even saying, Sean, I'm not even asking him to change his system. Stick with it. I'm always with a coach who says they want to die by their principles. I think it takes a lot of courage to do that. But get the youngsters on the football pitch when you got Diego Dalot that can't defend the fucking back post.
No, but like sticking to your principles
And Unana,
in of
who
itself
pushes
is not a
balls out,
virtue.
who pushes balls out into play other than parrying them out.
I mean, sticking to principles for principles' sake in of itself is not a virtue, right? It's only a virtue if it produces valuable results. So if your principle is leading to you getting your head bashed every single day, then sticking to your principles is not a positive thing. You should change. We did not sign up to keep losing matches every week. That's not why we're here.
But you
And
keep playing the same old shit players, sticking with them week in, week out.
the manager made a choice today, for example, to watch 90 minutes of football without making a sub. Like for me, it's his choices. It's his choice to keep playing Dalo as left wing back, right? It was his choice to be playing Mazraoui as a wing back. It was his choice not to play Casemiro and Ugarte to give us any sort of stability, defensive stability in midfield. It was the manager's choice, in all these instances. So, I feel less sympathy for him about that particular issue than some others. So I don't want a situation where next season the first 10 games are extremely, nerve wracking because we're waiting to see if Amorim gets sacked because we escaped relegation this season by the skin of our teeth. Like that's not going to be good for anybody. We're not going to be able to get the type of summer window that people are imagining that we would, right? So what we brought Amorim for, what we brought him to the club for, was for an X factor, was for him to be able to either through his charm, his charisma, or his genius, get something out of the players that he has. And so far, he's failing. He's failing woefully in what he has been brought in to do, and it's really bad to watch because many people say, okay, bring in a new manager, play a different system, right? Even if we lose games, let us put up a fight, even while we lose. That's supposed to be his whole thing. You run like mad dogs. What happened to running like mad dogs? We're not even running like mad dogs anymore. In the very least, right? We're not putting up a fight. It's honestly it's a sad, honestly sad showing. Really sad showing. It doesn't need to be a miracle, and I think people who are trying to comfort themselves by saying Amorim was never a miracle worker, I think all you're doing is just providing some kind of, it's copium. You're high on a lot of copium because Amorim did not come here to be losing games. Don't deceive yourself. Regardless of whatever storm he thought we were going to experience, regardless of whatever growing pains he thought we are going to experience, he did not come here to be losing games like this. So spare me. Anyway, providing that way. But yeah, honestly, Eugene, I can't even stay too long. So I just came to support and to express my
Big
view
up,
that
Sean. I appreciate you.
Amorim is
Appreciate you, Sean. I appreciate you. Thank you so much for jumping on. Big up to you,
Amorim
bro.
is making a lot of
Alien
mistakes.
Tenno, I've sent you the link. There it comes anyway. We've got Peter coming in here. Lad, what's going on? Big up, William. I hope Arsenal protest is massive and a big one because there's one thing's empty Old Trafford. Big up to Sean. Make sure you check his podcast out, How We See Things. This will happen. Guineans are discussing disgraceful despite their ownership. Yeah. Peter,
Big up to you now, Sean. Chat, how you doing?
How are you, Pete? How you feeling, first of all? Let's give us an update. How you feeling?
All right, mate. Yeah, you know, jogging along, plodding along. Feeling a lot better now. I don't have to go and watch that shit at Old Trafford. You know what, Dino? Right. My last game at Old Trafford was the 16th of Jan. Yeah. Which was my actual birthday. I was 61 on that day. And obviously we won 3-1. Anyway, last Saturday, a guy, you know, who's worked at Old Trafford for 30 odd years, yeah, rung me up, a lifelong friend of mine, grew up with him. He goes, "Oh, Pete, I just realised you've sacked your season ticket off. What's going on, mate?" I said, "Shit, man, you know the shit, don't you, mate? You know it." He goes, "Yeah, I don't know. I know." I said, "I'm done with this. I'm done with it." I said, "They don't want people like me at their club. They just don't want it there." I said, "I sacked them off in 2005 when they took over. You got my ass back in the club after the protests in lockdown. We all remember that." And I said, "I went there and nothing has changed. It's just gone worse. It's the same cycle that's getting worse. We're on a downward spiral where I can't see a bottom to the end of this." Now, for me, this is what I say. I'll just say this quick. For all Man United fans, yeah, like me, who had the privilege to go to Man United, doesn't go anymore, even if you can't go there, take the Man United app off your phone, take your Man United app off your PC, use a VPN so they can't know your location, just put it in America and fuck them off, because that's what they look at. Clicks and baits, that's it. That's how they see us. They see us as a little digital ID, not people. And if they want to see us as that, you have a choice. Turn it off. That's it, Dino. Yeah.
It's crazy, Pete. I'm really sorry about that, Pete. It was always lovely to see you outside Old Trafford. Always good to meet up with you. It was always
Dino, man. Dino, you know, look, listen, you know.
Gutted. I'm gutted that you're not going anymore, Pete. But it won't be long before I stop going as well, man.
Yeah. You know what, Dino? I said, listen, man, I said this. People were laughing at me. Yeah. I told people when Sir Rat came in, yeah, listen to this. This is the 1958 club, the Ultras. We are the Ultras. Really? Okay, yeah. I was born before most of you fucking Ultras went to see Old Trafford. But we'll put that aside for 1 minute. Didn't want Mason Greenwood, get rid of him. Didn't want Qatar, get rid of him. Sent letters to keep Eric Ten Hag in the job. Gone. Yeah. What you going to do now, 1958? What you going to do now?
It wasn't all 1958, to be fair to them.
Yeah, but you know what I'm saying, Dino. You know that. You know that yourself, son. You know it. Yeah, fuck on the shit. You know what the 1958 will do when they go to Old Trafford? I said it on Mick Ruby's channel earlier today, yeah. This is what will happen to the 1958 club, yeah. When they start protesting at Old Trafford, and Sir Rat will look who they are in the 1958 club, it will get their details, revoke their season ticket to Old Trafford. They'll be sitting in the toll gates, crying their eyes out in a pint. That's what they'll be doing. Mark my words.
Yeah. Big up, big up to Lesso football.
Lesso.
Big up Lesso. Big up Lesso. Big up to Pete. I actually get on with a lot of the people from 1958. I think they're the only part out of all the different football United fan groups. They're one of the only ones who want to fight, who want to have some of the integrity. Do I agree with a lot of what they think and how they were angling for Jim to be here? And even now, they're not even explicit about how they want. To me, they need to be more explicit about fucking wanting Jim out and not just fucking Glazers. But big up to our brother Lesso down there in Southern Africa. Lesso, got a t-shirt on. It must be nice weather in South Africa. Talk to me.
Yeah, it's nice weather, but unfortunately, you know, with the football club, everything is all rainy and there's no sunshine, you know. No, big up to the panel. Big up to the chat as well. Big up. And yeah, unfortunately, we have to meet under these bad circumstances again. And yeah, Manchester
When
United.
will we ever meet under a sunny sky. Seriously, when will we ever meet? You know what, Dino? Yeah, I was in the pub today, yeah, with a guy, Nathan, who I used to go to Man United with. He's still a season ticket holder, and he goes, and he's only like in his 20s, so he's a young lad. You know what I mean? He kind of looked at me as Uncle Pete, that type of thing. Yeah, we were in there watching the Liverpool game, Man United. I watched Liverpool dominate Wolves in the first half, and then Wolves came out and made a fist of it against Liverpool in their own backyard. And in fact, Wolves should have easily got a draw at that game. Then I went and watched Man United against a poor Tottenham team. What can I say? Believe your eyes. This is what I say to fans now. Don't listen to conjecture or thoughts about other people. Just believe these, because they will tell you exactly what is going on. I've seen Ruben Amorim with 10 minutes to go on his haunches praying. Well, guess what, bitch? You have the power to change your destiny. Why don't you change it? What you putting token gestures on the bench for if you're not going to play them?
Yeah.
What
Pete,
is the point?
Pete, to hold that thought there, I need to get from Lesso. Let me get Lesso's match reaction first, Pete.
Yeah.
Big up to you. I'm going to just mute your mic because it's getting a little bit of feedback. Go ahead, Lesso. Talk to me.
No, big up to Pete, and big up to everyone. Smash the like button, people. Yeah, unfortunately, man, I've been having my fair share of internet problems over here, but yeah, I'm glad that I've missed some of the games that I've played. Man United is a very frustrating club at the moment. It's not just on the pitch; it's everywhere. And I think we're going through it, guys. We really are seriously going through it. And big up to the fans that keep showing up to the stadium, and supporting the club full-heartedly, putting their hearts out into this, because it's very difficult. They make it very difficult to go and support them, because support goes both ways. The club has to also, give back a little to the supporters who go to the games and who give it their all and get behind the team. But as it is, like I said, after the January window, I was Ineos out. I told you guys that if they did not see any reason that this season will go, under the knife, literally, and they didn't back this manager, how can you bring in a manager midway through a season and tell him that in January he's not going to be backed? Like, what was the reasoning behind that? You'd rather either keep Van Nistelrooy up until the end of the season and let this manager start off, have a full preseason under his belt, and have him, build his style of play and then try and instill it with the new signings that will come through in the summer. Now, people are being brainwashed by this whole PR that in June, we're going to be spending money. We're going to be buying players. We're going to do this. You've wasted a season. You've let the season rot, and you talk about standards. You happy in finishing bottom half, because we're not finishing top half this season. I told people this. If we do not spend in January, you're literally saying that you're okay in finishing bottom half. And that's what this ownership said to the manager. He's literally their mouthpiece now at the moment, because all he's doing is just reiterating what he's being told at board level. And this result, unfortunately, we can dissect what went wrong and all of that, but we already know what went wrong. We already know what the common denominator is in all of this, and is that this club is rotten to the core. Everything we've been saying from the season, beginning of the season up until now, and for many more years prior to this, the rot it's worse now. It's gonna take a whole lot of money to fix this. Apparently, when it comes with Ineos, when it doesn't rain.
But let me say something to you. Did they think they were going to coast through the season without getting any of the injuries? To me, we don't talk about Luke Shaw. We don't talk about Mason Mount, because they're not players. They're just injury people. So we don't talk about them. They never come out. They're never in the team. But did they not think the other people are going to get injuries? Did they not think that in January, when they let 3 players leave without bringing in any replacements, even low knees?
Look, I don't know how some content creators can justify, us letting go of 3 forwards, and then letting go of also the fourth one. I think literally, in fact, I think all in all, it's 3. It's Sancho, it's Rashford, and as
Anthony.
well as and Anthony. So it's 3. So we did not even replace those. How are we thinking that anything remotely like there's any common sense behind moves like that? You don't see any other football club making such moves. You obviously know that the most basic thing in football is if when you let go of a player in specific position, you replace them because you've got injuries, you need squad depth. This is a long season. You're telling us that you're going after all these trophies with what? With what squad? So for me, they knew what they were doing. You're seeing them with the whole sacking. They're trying to, save money wherever they can. And unfortunately, their mistakes are more greater than what they're trying to recuperate in terms of the money in sacking people, thinking that you're going to sack stuff and you're going to somehow make up for the mistakes that you made in terms of getting rid of even Ashworth. So for me, I'm sorry, like, these guys there's no successful football club they've ever ran. None before they came here. They had no credentials coming here. I think Sir Jim came here. He wanted to get one up, on Shazim, because and on top of that, let's not forget that Sir Jim wanted to buy Barcelona. He wanted to buy Chelsea. That's prior to Manchester United. So I'm not buying this thing that he wanted solely Manchester United. So
Yeah, big up, Lesso. D saying, lol, Nero, you two, what happened to the season is a past. I said it's about the performances. I said it's not about the results. I don't give a fuck where we finish. I said it's about the performances. The performances have been wank. So I'm not going to be quiet after I've just watched a shit show of a shit show and then just say, oh, well, it's this season. No, I'm not going to be quiet. Go ahead, Pete. Pete, what did you actually think of the performance? Let's talk about it.
Seriously.
No, I'll ask you the question before. Why did you not think that? Do you not think that he should have brought on the youngsters at least? Why did he bottle it?
You know what, Dino? Let's say chat. Yeah. You only put players on the bench if you think they're up to the task, don't you? Seriously, you do. Because maybe somewhere down the line in that game, they're the guys who can save you your job. Literally can save you your job. So if you're putting players on the bench and you're not playing them, then one, you got to ask yourself, why are you putting them there? And two, from my viewpoint, Dino, less so, I'm glad he didn't put them on. Because even though I've been an advocate in the past for us to play the youngsters, and I still think that is right, at this moment in time, in the environment they're coming in, do you really want them to be mentally tarnished by this shit show?
Well, I don't think they would look at it because no pressure will be put on them by any fans. And if any fans was to say any shit, Pete, then they're not real Manchester United fans. So I'm just looking at the players. Some of them played shit in that first half and they stayed on the football pitch.
Of course, Dino, yeah. So this is where the manager comes in and goes, right then, okay then. It's not working. We need to change it up. Even if we're going to lose, you get to the point with 20 minutes to go, you're 1-0 down, it's not working. Let's put at least 3 of the young bucks on and see if we can change it. To put Obi on with minutes to go logically does not make any sense whatsoever. I don't care what anyone says. That's like schizophrenic behavior, that is. This guy is now behaving, Amorim, like a rabbit in headlights. Where am I going? What am I doing? I don't know what to do. Where am I going? Is right left? Is left right? What am I doing? The guy's cooked. I told everyone, start the season, getting this 2-bit manager in. He's not Premiership level. I've got a shitload of heat for saying that, and it's unraveling before your eyes. When you want to be a big club and you want to be at the echelon level, you buy big. That's it. Ifs and buts don't make a big sale. They just don't. You don't, and people are going, Gorkres, get Gorkres, get Gorkres. My wife's friend, yeah, her boyfriend is a Coventry City fan, and he told me straight about Gorkres, which you know anyway. This guy wouldn't cut shit in the Premiership. He went AWOL against Luton in Coventry's playoff final against them. And people are banging on about get Gorkres in for 60 odd million. Get the fuck out of it, like. The guy's crap.
No,
Seriously.
I don't go off gimmicks, man. I don't go off gimmicks. He looks like a gimmicky player, man.
He is, mate. He is. But the thing is, Dino, let's say, yeah, it's like this, yeah. When was the last time, seriously, boys, and I'm saying this to the chat as well, when is the last time when you sat back in your chair and went, wow, fuck me, what a game we played there? I'm seriously scratching my head, boys.
Now, Anfield this season was only Anfield.
But even then, Dino, compared
we're getting
to...
bought by Moyes next week, by the way, 12:30 kickoff. We're getting bought by Moyes next week.
Oh, yeah, definitely. I mean, what was it? Someone showed me in stat when I was in the pub. What was it? Something like Amorim, 13 games, 12 points. Moyes, 6 games, 13 points. There you go. That's it, like, there you go. And then now listen to this very carefully, boys. And this is where Amorim lost me. I'm all for a person sticking by the convictions. And, you know, I'm saying I'm not going to bend to anyone's will. I'm going to do this, that. Well, when you're talking to the British public, and you know how rancid they are, Dino, when you turn around and say to the British public, I will not change for anyone, I will stick to my formation. And then when the shit hits the fan and you have to change your formation, just put a target on the back of your head because you know what's coming next. That's where he lost me there, right there. Keep your mouth shut on that one. You should have just turned around and said, I prefer to play 3-4-3, but when the situation arises, I may have to adapt. Not that I'm going to stick to this. Because you dug your own grave there, mate. That's what he done.
Well, he's come out tonight. He come out tonight and said, this is a very hard job. I'm like, you come into this with your fucking eyes open, fam. What the fuck do you think you were coming into? Lesso, I mean, talk to me, Lesso. What's going on here? He's just waffling. And then he come out defending the Glazers and Spinios the other day saying that, oh, the reason why people are getting sacked is because of us. Lesso. What did you think of that? Yes, he came out and said that. He might not have seen it in South Africa, but he came out and said that. He said it's up to because of the first team, because we're not in the Champions League. And plus, advertisers, this money's not coming in. That's why people are getting sacked. Can you believe that?
Nah, man.
Literally throwing himself under the bus for fucking Glazer and Ineos.
I'm sorry he's going to get himself sacked. He doesn't know how this game goes. You know, once you become a mouthpiece for these guys, like you've lost the fence, literally. And now, even if he does somehow manages to get through the season, he's got a whole lot of pressure going into next season. No one's going to have any sort of, I'd say, sympathy for him, especially when he reiterated whatever he reiterated now, which, as you said, unfortunately, he's not really gonna make it past a couple of games next season. He's not because fans are fed up. As it is, they're fed up, and now you're supposed to give them something to at least get behind. And if they're hearing that, like, people are defeated at this point. You know, every fan that I go to, you know, they feel so defeated, like they're tired. You know, so unfortunately, he hasn't done himself any favors in terms of that. I didn't want him personally sacked. I don't believe in sacking managers so quickly, but unfortunately, when you put out statements like that, I can't back you, I can't defend you. It's very hard to do so, especially when you're the mouthpiece of this ownership that's been destroying this football club for many years. I can't defend you anymore.
No,
and it is what it is.
I mean, the thing is, Dino, you look at it from this viewpoint, he's kind of caught between the devil and the deep blue sea, Amorim, So apparently, from what I heard.
1 second, Pete. Just 1 second. DJ
Yeah.
Paul, can you tag me in the tweet or message me on Twitter? Go ahead. Go ahead, Pete.
Yeah, no problem. Apparently, from what I heard was Ineos originally wanted Amorim in the summer. They turned around and said, well, you know, we can't get the players in what you need to play your system. Meanwhile, they let Eric Ten Hag rip, what, 200 million pound, sack him in the November, then, you know, shit the pants, get Amorim in, don't back him in the January window. And ta-da, here's where we are now. Like, now, from Amorim's viewpoint, he's probably thinking, look, you know what, everyone makes a mistake in their life when they take a job, and I've done it myself. You probably have yourselves, guys. He's probably thought, shit, this is not gone how I planned it. You know what, I've signed a contract. What's the worst can happen to me? They're going to sack me ass and pay me off. So he's like, what will be, will be. And that's exactly what's going to happen to him. I knew in the summer from the sources and over at Old Trafford, they wanted Gareth Southgate anyway. I'm telling you this now, clip me now. In the summer, Gareth Southgate will be Man United's new manager. You can click me on it. I already know. That's what's coming. It's as simple as that. They want the English boy in. That's who they want, Ineos. They want the mouthpiece, the English boy, Sir Gareth, Sir Rat, Sir Glazers. Let's go. And people are saying to me, stop waffling. Hey, Mill, you don't know jack shit, boy. Philip Tybee, you don't know jack shit, boy. You don't go there. I do. I know people who work there. You don't know jack shit. You just don't know it.
It's going to be full on riots if that happens, Pete. You know that, don't you? It's going to be
I do, yeah. I know. But it is, Dino. It's coming. You know it is. You know yourself, Dino, in your heart. You know it's coming. That's what they want. You know, it's all PR bullshit. You know what we are now, Dino. Let's go. We are a PR machine. That's it.
Yeah. Listen, let's talk about the game, Pete. What did you think of the first half?
The first half, yeah. I mean, look, if Garnacho would have betted that golden opportunity he had, it could have been a different game. You know, games are, you know, swivel and pivot on chances, don't they?
Yeah.
Really, to be fair, look, I'm being honest as a Man United fan, to be fair, we're disjointed. It looks like there's no camaraderie about the team. No one's talking to each other.
No.
Spurs, even though they're a disheveled team at this moment in time, at least they've got a bit of continuity about them. We are just a rudderless ship.
Pia, would you take relegation to get rid of the Glazers and Ineos?
Well, I've lived through it. So, yeah, I haven't got a problem with it. In fact, I'd take a double relegation. I'd take us going down to League One, like Manchester City did back in the day. They went down to League One. I'll take that. I would, to get rid of them. I don't care what other fans think. If I'm a Man U fan, if I want to go and see Man U, I don't give a shit what Liverpool fans think, Everton fans, Arsenal fans, whoever. I don't care. You go watch your shit, I'll go watch mine. If that means us getting rid of these, yeah, then so be it. May the Lord bring it on, and I'll take the Lord's blessing and thank him for releasing us from these frauds called the Glazers.
Yeah. Yo, big up to DJ Paul, first of all. Love and light, DJ Paul. Solidarity and love. Yeah, solidarity and love.
How's everyone?
Feedback. Solidarity and love to you, fella. I hope you're well, wherever you are in the US. Long time no see. Let me just get this super chat here. It says, Amorim is trash. Big up Jamaican. A lot of people think that. DJ Paul, talk to me. How's family? How's life?
Listen, I haven't been here. The last time I was here, Ten Hag was the manager, and I told you, listen, you're out. And he eventually got sacked, right? So, listen, I'm telling you right now, this guy, I don't think he's going to make it at the football club. I just don't see it. I'm not even saying Amorim out. I'm just looking at just everything right now that I have right in front of me. Poor players, poor management, the fan base just all in disarray. Bro, if we lose to Everton and Ipswich, it's game over. It's game over. That would mean, hang on, that would mean in the month of February, Manchester United would have lost all their Premier League games. We've currently scored no goals. So we literally could be in a situation where no goals scored, no Premier League wins, all losses. How can you defend that? Seriously. How? So I don't know what's going to happen. Ineos, they've put us in this position.
What do you think today's game, Paul? What did you think of today's game?
It showed.
Do you think he should have brought the youngsters on? If he put them on the bench, why did he not bring them on?
That's what I said. That's exactly what I said. I said, why are you bringing? When Cheeto came on 90th, 91st minute, I was screaming. I said, why are you doing that now? Why? 70, 80 minutes, you could have, because it was only 1-0. It's like, take your chance, roll the dice. Something could happen. Why bring 8 kids if you're not going to use them? And for me, you know what this tells me? That we should not expect to see none of these kids. Really. Don't expect to see no Cheeto or Kone or what's his name, Morehouse or whatever. Respect him. I don't know his name, but don't expect to see none of these guys. 2 extra youth players came in because
Fletcher Morehouse.
Yeah,
Fletcher Morehouse.
I think that's Fletcher, right? Yeah. So don't expect to see these guys in. 2 extra youth players came in because Euro and Eriksson were ill. Once they recover from their illness, that's 2 spots gone. And then if more people come back from injury, which we hope they do, that's other spots.
Just breaking news tonight. Breaking news tonight. Looks like Kobe's going to be out over a month, 6 to 7 weeks, they reckon.
Yeah, he's out for the season.
A message from Wendy, who lives in the US, Washington, D.C. She's talking to you, Lesso. She's asking you, can you please take back Elon Musk?
Oh, shit.
We don't want him back. You guys can.
Wendy said you can keep him. We can keep him. He's trying to take his boys from South Africa to America with him anyway. Listen, people, smash a like on the video. Subscribe to the channel. We are, let me just have a look, subscribers away from 5K. We are 70 subscribers away from 2.5K. For the channel that shadow banned, we're doing pretty all right. So let's go help the channel. Help the channel that shadow banned, because we choose to speak for all of humanity. People are oppressed everywhere in this world, specifically the Palestinians at this moment in time, and the Lebanese and the Sudanese and the Congolese and the Haitians and everybody else, and stand in solidarity. People all over the world where they're oppressed because of their gender, their religion, their orientation, and everything else that can be. That's why we choose to stand up. It's a free speech. As long as you're not insulting people on this channel, everybody's welcome. Except for you're a fucking Zionist, then you can get the fuck out of my face if you're a Zionist. But yeah, I'll go back to you, Pete. Pete, where do we go from here? Obviously, you've stashed in your season ticket. You're throwing it in. Well, where can we go from here?
And
go ahead.
We're 12 points from Ipswich, who were 3rd from bottom. Now, we are extremely lucky that we have got money in the bank, because I think if we'd have been 6 points from it, we'd be in real big trouble, because we're in free fall. In fact, I wouldn't say we're actually out of it.
By the way, he's saying money in the bank, meaning money in the bank, meaning points on the board.
Yeah.
That's just an expression in the UK.
Yeah. Money in the bank.
Points on the board, meaning points on the board. It doesn't actually mean money in the bank, because the Glazers have robbed the club dry, mate.
We are in. I mean, we've won.
Doing the same.
25 games gone, guys. Listen to this. 25 games played, and we have won 8 games.
Won 5 and lost 12. That's
the
whole thing. 8-5-12. That's our form this season. 8-5-12. That is horrendous. We're on track to losing 20 games this season. If we lose 20 games this season, what
We
are
could
people
go.
really going to say? Really,
We
20
went
games.
down. Last time we did that, we went down. We went down to the.
You know what,
Pete,
guys?
how old were you then? How old were you then? Do you remember that? 74.
I was 10 years old, do you know? 73,
remember?
74 was my first season. My first game was, I think it was either the 18th or 19th of January against Arsenal, 1974, 73, 74 season, when we got relegated. I was 10 years old. That was my first season going to Old Trafford. Yeah, 1974. And my first season, we got relegated. And I say, and you know what, guys? I can remember, I've got programs from them games vivid now, and I can tell you this now, guys, and I mean this, yeah, categorically. That team that got relegated
And more
were
fight.
streets above this team. Were streets above them. That team that got relegated had young Sammy McElroy, Martin Buchan, Lou McCarty, Dino knows where I'm going, coming through. Them players went on to play in 3 FA Cup finals in 4 years for us. Got us
Lou
promoted.
McCarty scored a goal to stop Liverpool from doing the treble in 1986.
So that's the caliber of the team. They were just a young team. I'm not, you know, what you have to factor in as well. They were coming off the back of Sir Matt Busby's era. So we was on a downward spiral. You know, Sir Bobby Charlton, Sir Dennis Law, George Best, all them had finished being Man United players. So they had that void to fill. And, you know, at that season, in that moment in time, they couldn't quite fill the void, but they went down. But they came straight back up, won the league. If this team went down now, this current squad we had got relegated, we would not win that championship and get back up straight away. I'm telling you that now. We would not do it.
We know
We
that.
lack the physicality. We
Yeah.
lack the physicality and the know-how. You know how tough it is, the championship. 3 games a week. You play on a Saturday, then a Tuesday or a Wednesday, and then you play
Our
again
players
on a
can't
Saturday.
even run. So you talk about the physical side of the game. We got players that can't even run. So
Yeah.
we have the worst set of players. Can't run, can't make a tackle. You know, no footballing IQ. So it's just it's the worst sort of mismatch of players that we have at this football club. It's sad to really see, honestly.
Listen to this, guys. Yeah. At half time, one of my Man United friends pinged me a stat that blew my mind. I was literally laughing my balls off. Man United, in the time Luke Shaw has been injured at Man United, he has been paid £58 million in wages in his time. Not the time he's been at Man United all the time. In the time he's been injured, unavailable for selection, he's been paid £58 million in money for not doing anything. Let that sink in, guys.
But
£58 million for doing jack shit.
But when he's fit though, that's what these fans will say. But when he's fit though, he's the best left back in the league, right?
Yeah.
Bro, this club is just
My guy cannot run. Peter has got really bad illness with lungs, and Peter has got more fight and run than fucking Luke Shaw, mate.
Luke Shaw, bro. It's
£58 million, Dino, for doing jack shit in 7.5 years. 7.5 seasons, he's not been able to play for Man United. He's earned £58 million. Sweet Jesus, man. This world is fucked up, boys.
I told you, if we were a serious club, we cancel his contract ASAP. Him and Mason Mount. Like in the summer, that would be the first thing I would do if I was running the ship. I'd be like, you don't play for us, so just pay out. Those are the only players I literally will pay out because they're not adding anything to this squad. Like, you're not playing for us. So all of this, like every other player for me, like losing Mainu, that's a blow. Diallo, that's a blow. Ugarte, Collier, that's a blow because they actually play for us.
Yeah. Contribute.
Injured since last season. This injury is a prolonged injury that he then went to go play in the Euros, then got injured before preseason, and he's been injured since. So it's like, bro, he is done physically. So why are we still trying to accommodate this guy in the Premier in this team? It's the same
English
thing.
tax, mate. It's called English tax. That's what it is. Yeah, listen to this. Dino called this out when Luke Shaw, unfortunately got injured. I think it was finaled in the Champions League, wasn't it, Dino? Correct me if I'm wrong. When he got his leg broke. Yeah. Dino turned around and said, every time Man United have a change or a seismic shift in managers or whatever, Luke Shaw gets injured. And it's factually correct. He's unavailable. Now, there's another player who actually happens to be like Luke Shaw. He's called Victor Lindelof. Victor Lindelof was our only senior player on the bench today as well, by the way. And he's not exactly how can I put it? He's not exactly what you call quality A-grade material, is he? You understand what I'm saying, boys?
I'm not going to lie to you. He actually played with Ruben Amorim at Benfica.
Yeah.
I tell you that. He was a teammate.
He's our senior pro on the bench, Victor Lindelof, I call him.
Yeah.
Victor Lindelof. If you went boo, it's shit his pants. You know what I'm saying, boys?
Big up Jarvis. Jarvis.
Big up.
Only one question in town today. Why the fuck did he bottle it?
Yeah.
Why did he bottle it, Jarvis? Why did he bottle it? Why did he not start some of the youngsters? Why did he not at half time after that dreadful first half not take off some of the players who were fucking just walking around the fucking football pitch? Why did he not take them off and bring some of the youngsters on? That's the $1 million question. But first of all, Jarvis, how are you?
Yeah.
You look lovely in blue.
I'm good. Good to see you guys. Big up everybody. Lesso, Peter, new guy. I don't know your name, but good to meet you.
DJ Paul.
DJ Paul.
Big up DJ Paul. Big up. And big up to the therapy army. I just did a 2-hour stream with Stu on Tactical Devils, and you tried to dissect the game, but quite honestly, it wasn't much to talk about from a tactical point of view. It was a dreadful performance. Casemiro and Bruno. Oh my God! Don't get me started. They can't play in a double pivot, and I could tell you that for free. And Amorim still trying to force us to watch 90 minutes with those two guys doing a horrible performance. How the distance between the double pivot, Bruno wandering off, undisciplined performance when it comes to positional play from Bruno, Casemiro not having any legs at all and poor on the ball. He don't have the time anymore, and you see he's lost his pace on the ball. Dalot, right winger, couldn't create anything. I almost tear my hair off and go like you do, Nordin, on your head. So when every time Dalot receives the ball and tries those step overs and stops and play the ball back, you don't create anything, not a threat. And Højlund, don't get me started on Højlund. He knows how to do the diagonal runs and open up space for others. But why don't you do it every time you have the chance? He doesn't read the cues when the chances are there. Sometimes you do it, sometimes not. And that's what's so frustrating. So there's so many things that's disjointed with this team that this was Amorim's big chance, and I'm willing, and I think most of us as fans are willing to give him a chance. I will give him a free pass.
Jarvis, forget that. He's coming out defending Ineos and the Glazers.
Yeah,
to us, it's the reason
I think
why
his days are numbered. His days are numbered.
It's why people are getting stuck.
His days are numbered.
Did you hear him?
No. I had you. As I said, I just done a 2-hour show. I'm purely on the game now.
The embargo section last night. The embargo section before the game against Spurs last night, it comes out at 10:30. So every time United play at 10:30 the day before at 10:30 p.m. in the UK, the embargo section comes out. That is for the papers, for the newspapers, to print. So they don't release that to it's called the embargo section, right?
Mm-hmm.
It came out. They asked about Manchester United, where they are financially, where we are with the owners and everything that's happening, with the people getting fired. 82 scouts are being sacked, by the way. 82 scouts are losing their job. And he said it's because we're not playing well on a football team. You just fucking got here, mate. This fucking problem has been happening for fucking 20 years. Why is he standing in the way of the fans? Because you know that he's got some sort of little bit of fucking love from the fans, and now he's using that love to protect and shield the fucking Glazers and Ineos, Jarvis.
He's in trouble.
Doesn't sound good. Doesn't sound good. Could we be misinterpreting his meaning?
No, honestly, he came out and said it. I'll try to find it for you. I'll try to find it.
Okay. Yeah, because the thing is, I believe in Amorim as a manager. I think, and I will support the manager because I believe in longevity. You all know this. I defended Ten Hag during his tenure, and I want the manager to succeed because that's the only way. If the manager succeed, we will succeed as fans, and I'm willing to give him time. And when it comes to Amorim today, I think it was a coward when it came to his selection. I think he should have played more the youth. Playing Obi Martin in 2 minutes is an insult when you see how poor Højlund is on the pitch. I think Xerxes was the only one doing a good performance today, and Dorgu. But besides them, I think it's long in between every good performance you see. But when it comes to Amorim, I don't know why he doesn't have the courage to play the youth. Because as I was saying, we as fans are willing to give him time to experiment. If he can get one or two of these players involved in the team, we are 2 less signings in the summer. We could save us a little bit of money. Casemiro is not a future; he's the past. Same with Eriksen, same with Lindelof. All of these dreadful players. Dallo, even I think we need
Bruno Jarvis.
Yeah, Bruno is
Bruno. Come on, let's
yes, be real, even Bruno. But
he's only gonna get slower.
But my question is, why didn't Amorim play the youth? Why didn't they give them a chance at halftime?
I'll give it to you, Kone and Fletcher.
Yeah.
Or Morehouse. Play Morehouse and Kone.
Play all of them. I don't care because
I really did.
Yeah, give us something to be excited about. I would have accepted a 3-0 loss. If he played the youth, just because I want to be excited. I want to see something, and I will back these youngsters with my heart and soul. I'm sick of seeing.
We all will, because it's something new and exciting, something to discover. And when you give young players a chance, they will give you endeavor and heart all day. They won't walk around the fucking football pitch, will they, Jarvis?
Yes. I did a show last night about this, and I said, play the youth. We are not there. It's not about investing in the past. It's by investing in the future. So it is what it is. You have to excuse me 2 seconds.
Yeah. Well, it's a sad state of affairs, man, at United. It really, really is. So
yeah. It's heartbreaking where we are, people. It's heartbreaking where we are. Lesto, are you there? Well, hopefully Lesto will come back in a minute. Big up to Lesto.
Yeah, hear me ding, chaps.
Yeah. Big up.
You know what does my head in, Dino, boys? Yeah. Right, listen to this. Yeah. You got people that turn around and say, you're a fickle fan, this and that. Well, Amorim's only been here. You want him out, you're worse, this and that. Well, let's look at it from this viewpoint, boys. You go pay £1,000 for a product, yeah, and it's broken, and you go to the shop, and the shop turns around and says to you, what you bitching for? It's only £1,000, take it back home. It'll be okay in the morning, you'll be all right. No, we're buying a product. People don't understand we're consumers.
Yeah.
Not just fans, we're consumers. You're buying a product. If you don't like the product, whether the manager's been there for 1 day, 2 days, 5 days, 10 years, whatever, if you think that product is broken, you have every right to bitch about it.
No, but Pete, that's not even like when you even look at like the corporate sector. Like I'm over here in the U.S. corporate America. This corporate America is very ruthless. If you don't perform at your job, you get sacked. You get sacked. All of this, I don't understand why certain United fans never actually apply real life scenarios into how they view the club. Because if you're underperforming, you get sacked.
Yeah,
It's as simple as that.
that's it. Yeah, that's life. That's life. It is. You've been brought in to perform a specific task. Okay, maybe you don't have the tools you want to do a specific task, but when you take the job, you're under no obligation to say, well, take the job, knowing you can't do it. No, I'm taking the job because I want to do it. And they'll turn around and say to Amorim, probably, would hypothesize, they said, well, in the coming transfer windows, we will give you the tools to do the job. Well, January has come and they've not given the tools to do the job. So you, as a person who's took the job, i.e. Amorim, the manager, are looking at the situation and going, well, and then you listen to the rhetoric, what they're saying, you know, PSR and FFP and whatever. You're sitting there thinking, shit, man, you saw me down the river, haven't you? You just saw me down the river, man. You know what I mean? So from Amorim's viewpoint, he signed a dotted line. He's probably signed a no disclosure clause in his contract. They'll pay him off and it'll be next in. That's it. We know the score, boys, don't we? That's the conveyor belt of reality. That's what it is.
Yeah. Honestly, Sheikh Arian, if you can do me a favor, please find a quote. I tried to find it where Amorim is saying that this because of the players and because we're not in the Champions League, it's the reason why people are getting sacked. Please find me that quote. I beg you. That's what he said. That's what he said. He said that. And
seriously, he said that.
He said that. Yeah, he said because we're not in the Champions League, and plus he said we bought wrong as a club. We signed the wrong players. We spent a lot of money. I'm like, you just been here for 3 months, mate. Why are you putting that on yourself? Why are you defending the Glazers and Spinios?
Remember,
go ahead.
Remember,
Bob.
he also said something about selling to buy, and I also felt that.
Yeah.
Why are you talking for these guys? Why are you talking for them? I don't really like that.
They have to come out and explain themselves. They have to come out and explain themselves. But the Arsenal game is going to be a protest anyway. 58, I've called it. Must are little mouses. Must. Absolute disgrace as well. And all the other fan representatives, you're all absolute cowards. Talk about cowardly act today by Amorim. The idea that you're going to play Casemiro for full 90 minutes and you've not played him once, started him once this season, right? Since you've come in and you're playing him and you're playing Bruno. Jarvis, I want to talk to you tactically, right? So I understand, Jarvis.
This is the quote, Nordin, by the way. I think Khalees sent me this. It's very important for us, coaches and players, not to ignore it. The biggest problem is football, because we spend money, we do not win. We are not in the Champions League, so the income is not the same. So this is his quote. We have spent a lot of money in the past, and now we have to be careful with finances. We cannot rebuild the team as we would like. People are losing their jobs, and it's affecting the environment. We can't ignore this problem. We recognize it, and we want to say that the responsibility for this lies with the first team.
Yeah, what he should have said, can I just say this? What he should have said, this isn't my doing. This is not me who spent this money that put us in this situation. There's a big difference how you say something.
Yes, Jarvis. Why is he? Why? Who's making this decision? Is he making the decision to sack people, Jarvis? Is he doing that? Is he making who's sacking people, Jarvis? Are we gonna have that amnesia and not talk about the people who are sacking people? When they've got their own money to put into the club, to help the club, when they've took money out every year. How many years have the El Glazers been taking dividends, Jarvis? Over a decade and a bit they were taking dividends. Over a decade and a half.
Stealing,
that you've never heard of.
Dividends.
Yeah. People you've never heard of.
Yeah.
Something Glazer woman. I'm like, what do you do for the fucking football club? But you take millions out every year, 7 million, 8 million coming into taking it. So why is he not talking about them? And why does he have to say this, Jarvis? Why is he getting involved in this? He doesn't. He's got too many things on his plate to get involved in this shit. That's what he's going to talk about.
Agreed.
to talk about this. What the point that I wanted to make before you brought that up, there was another point I wanted to make. But let me just get this super chat. Big up, people. Please smash a like and subscribe.
Yeah.
Big up to Khalees. Big up to everybody. Yeah, we need more people to smash the like, people. Smash the like on the video. Subscribe to the channel if you're not already subscribed. Oh, God, one of these people are back. Oh,
yeah, they've been dealt with, Dino. Don't worry.
Yeah, we have good admins.
Yeah, big up.
Moderators.
Big up to the moderators. But yeah, get rid of these vultures that are coming in here. Yeah, it's painful for me. He doesn't need to get involved. Why don't people come out and talk? You know, when you look around, like, people actually come out and talk, other than throwing a guy who you said is a coach. You said he's not a manager. Remember that, Jarvis? Remember? They said he's a coach. First team coach.
Yes.
Right. So why is Omar Barada not coming out and talking? Why is Jim the fucking Rat not coming out and talking and explaining things to the fans? Why?
Don't forget, Dino. Don't forget they're cutting 200 further jobs at Old Trafford to get the guy from PSG. Got to fund his wages, haven't they?
It's crazy.
You know?
It's crazy. I just don't know. When I look at him now, Jarvis, do you admit that? I don't want Amorim to get sacked. I actually feel so bad for him, Jarvis. Let me say that. I feel so sorry for him. And
he's been compromised, you know.
The biggest quote is this. Listen to this, Jarvis. What is he saying there? My job is so hard. Like, what the fuck did you think you were going to come into? Have you not been keeping an eye on what's been happening with Manchester United? Do you not know that a manager got sacked at the beginning of the season and then you were bought in before fucking Christmas?
Yeah. I think the thing is now I see a lot of, sorry, Peter, I see a lot of people like coming in the chat to see sounding like Erik ten Hag all of a sudden. But for me, I think he looks more and more like Ralph Ragnick, especially when it comes to the players. He's stubborn. He wants to play his way, but the players are not responding. And, I think you're right. I think maybe Ineos and the Glazers are throwing Amorim in front of him because they know the wheat fans will give him a little bit of leeway now. And if he comes out and talks good about the situation and cover over the mismanagement of the Glazers and Ineos through the years, I think maybe they believe it will be easier. But we are not stupid. We can see right through it, and we know that who's responsible for this mess we are in, and that's solely the Glazers and now Ineos for enabling them to stay at their position. So we have to keep the fight going, and I hope that people will show up on the protest. Keep it peacefully. Don't be violent, because then we will lose. But we have to protest. We have to say our we have to get our saying out and protest the shit out of this thing, because it can't happen anymore. We are close to bankruptcy, and we are in 15th now. Man United, mighty Man United. How the thing is, have fallen.
My Jarvis, and obviously, me and Nordin have been there. We've been there in the front line per se. Yeah, protests won't do nothing. It will not do anything. They don't care when people own something. It's like me owning a vintage car and you saying you can't drive that. Petrol's bad, this and that. No, I own it. You can't take it off me, yeah? The only way you're going to stop the madness that's going on at Old Trafford is for every Man United fan on this planet to disconnect from the club. That's how you stop it. If you do not do that, you will not stop it. They will just brush you aside and carry on chugging along, because they know, like I've given my season ticket up, there's someone coming behind me, someone's already top man to come in. Yeah, you, as they say in life, take the head off a snake. When you take the head off, the snake is done, finished. So for one season, every Man United fan, like I said to Dino before you came on, I don't have the app on my phone. I don't have the app on my PC. I use a VPN. So if I do watch Man United. They don't know where I'm coming from. I put it in America or whatever. If I could put it on Mars, I put it on Mars. Don't disconnect from them. Disconnect. This is the hardest thing to do. Disconnecting from something you love is the most hardest thing to do. But in the overall picture of life, it's the thing that needs to be done. And we all know that within our hearts. We all know that. So it's not going to change. You're constantly being that mouse running on the cheese wheel. How can it change? How can it change? You're on the road to nowhere. Do, 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 do. That's it. Like.
Listen, DJ Paul, from watching afar from the US, you getting up some mad hours of the night. Talk to me.
Yeah, well, I mean,
fuck this.
Today, I mean, it's what the game 8 a.m. in the morning. That was kickoff at 8 a.m. in the morning in Los Angeles. So imagine waking up next Everton. You said it's an early kickoff, so that's 4:30.
12:30 kickoff. 12:30.
Yeah, so that's 4:30 a.m. over here. So I think I might skip that one because I don't.
What's the point? What's the point?
I think I have the energy to wake up at 4 a.m.
DJ Paul, could I just say this? Instead of watching Man U at 4 a.m. in the morning, bang your bitch instead, baby.
Listen, I'm watching old cartoons now. That's the thing. I'm watching old cartoons.
Let's talk to me, right?
Last week I was watching Premier League season in review, reminiscing about the old days and all of that stuff, and I'm like, wow, what a good team we were. Now it's just, I don't recognize this team right now. So
yeah, listen, save your flight, save your money, Mick. I'll protest for you instead. No problem. I'll shout extra hard. Big up to you, Mick. Though, make sure you check out the channel, Man UFC Realist TV. At the end of the day, it's crazy. It's absolutely crazy what's going on at this football. So let's talk about it. Paul, what are you watching at the moment? Let's talk about it. Let's talk about therapy, guys, because that's all we've got now. When Manchester United try to screw your weekend, what do you do? So what are you watching, Paul? Come on. Top tips for what you're watching.
I did say I was watching the Premier League season review, but what I am watching other than like sports related stuff, I'm watching that cartoon that I used to watch on Nickelodeon, Avatar: The Last Airbender. Yeah, I'm rewatching that now. So, at this point, I like watching TV shows just to, get my mind away from Man United. So just anything. If you guys got any like recommendations on movies, I heard people talking about like Dune and Dune Part 2 previously. So I want to check that out too as well. So y'all let me know.
Yeah, watch DJ, sorry. DJ, watch the Fallout series. TV series, the Fallout one, awesome. Yeah. No, after the video game Fallout, and The Last of Us after the video game. That's good.
I'll check that out.
Right, go ahead. So what are you watching at the moment?
So we're really doing this right now.
We are. This is a therapy channel.
Yeah. All right.
What's there to talk about?
There's absolutely nothing, to be honest. We all said our piece. So guys, now I'm watching Dragon Ball Daima right now at the moment.
Dragon Ball Z.
It's called Dragon Ball Daima. It's like a bridging series between I think it's between the Majin Buu era arc and up until the end of Z, I think. So yeah, I'm tuning in towards that. Like other than that, I've just got work with the South African Bricks Youth Association, and that's it.
Yeah,
on my
side. I know you've been working hard, bro. Big up to you. I hope it all works. First away match and we lose, embarrassing. Big up. Oh my God, Ben, did you go to the game? Oh Ben, I'm sorry.
Sweet Jesus, Ben.
Fucking hell, Ben, you went all the way there. Big up Mufc. Mufc said people wanting it hammering out, but was unbeaten at Sporting. He's not the problem. The club is a mess and will continue being a mess regardless of the manager. 100% agree with you there.
Yeah.
But he's not helping himself. So he's not helping himself. And if they bring Southgate, I'm telling you now, there's going to be fucking riots. If they bring Southgate, there's going to be fucking riots in this. Jarvis, I wanted to ask you, right, one tactical question. Right.
Yes.
So the gap between so Casemiro's been left by himself. Bruno was jumping to the area of Spence because Spence was inverting. Spence, the playing left back was inverting, and Maddison, and it was almost kind of 2 against 1 because Maddison was finding himself in those positions well when they have the ball, right? So Casemiro's left on his own within 25-yard space, right?
Yeah.
Bruno then has got to go and try to press and jump that way. Then you've got 3 centre-halves, but you got Tell. Why don't one of the centre-halves come and just see that and squeeze up next to him? Explain
Exactly, Mundo. That's the solution. But we are too defensive. We are not. That's the thing, That's the solution. One of the centre backs needs to push up and be more aggressive. That's why we have a back 5 sometimes, and only a double pivot defending. We will be numerically overloaded if the centre backs don't jump and push up and help. I think we struggle a lot of the times with this, and I don't know. I feel it's a Maguire
every time when the ball goes out wide, we outnumber every team, but the strikers or the midfielders kept having score goals. So we outnumber them numerically. The centre halves are always in line. Nobody's doing anything to challenge or to try to get the ball, and we conceding goals. What is the obsession having a 3 when nobody's going to meet the player and going out and pushing out? It just doesn't make sense. But hey, we're not going to forget that. What are you watching at the moment? Man UFC's Realist TV says Tulsi King Sylvester Stallone is watching. Andrew says Equalizer series. Where's that on, Andrew? Tell me where's that on. I like the Equalizer. Go ahead, Jarvis. What are you watching at the moment?
No, I'm not watching anything, to be honest. I'm
boring.
I'm watching Man United whenever I can, but I have a busy schedule. So, but Nordin, I let me bring up this good old tactical board, and I will just talk a little bit about what I think is one of the main issues with this Man United team. So I just want to bring it a little bit back to football. I won't be long, but what I see as our biggest problem is we have a striker who doesn't understand how to open up space for the others, because we know when the striker moves at Sporting, you have Jokenes. He loves to run these 2 channels because we have in football
in
you
the
have
whole
areas.
game. Hoyland did that twice in 93 minutes.
Twice.
But in football you have 2 areas. So it's 16 and 18. These 2 corner flag areas. And one of the outs for Amorim when we are under pressure, when we want to attack, if we have trouble to breaking down the opposition, is to play the ball long into this area and have the striker run the diagonals, hold up the ball, and we can move people into attack and push the opposition down. So today I saw we did this once during the 90 minutes. I will show you the clip. You probably saw it during the game. Here you see Maguire on the ball. Højlund is pointing to the area. Beautiful ball from Maguire, and Højlund is actually running the diagonals and holding up the ball. What he should have done in this position was to keep the ball for the second wave.
Yeah.
But he was too eager. He wanted to score by himself. Okay, I'll give it to him. He's a striker. That's how striker works. But I like what I see.
But go for the far post. You see how he's shaped up there? Go for the far post.
Yes.
Far post. Instead, it goes to the near post. Too easy.
So in a way, this is what you get from Højlund. He sometimes do the right thing. He points, he wants the ball, he has communication with Maguire. Maguire plays the ball into the corner flag area, and we win the ball. And we could have done something else. But I would give it to Højlund.
He only did it one at a time in the second half, once.
He did it once.
Played it back. Second time in the second half, he did it, and that's not good enough from your fucking striker to do it.
No, it's not good enough. But I show you an opposite situation where it could have happened. Let me just see if this is the right clip. Give me 2. Yes, it's the right clip. So, we are here. Here you see I have to slow it down. Yeah, it is slow down. Here we win the ball. It's a transition. Here is Højlund. Look at Højlund. Bruno is waiting and waiting and waiting, and Højlund is holding his position. There's no way for Bruno to run into space and carry the ball.
Look at that.
He lost it.
Because Bruno, Højlund just stands there. He doesn't understand. You see here, again, when Bruno receives the ball, Højlund is here. Now, he should have sprinted towards the corner flag area so we could have taken this transition. Open up space for Bruno to carry the ball, but nothing. So this frustrates me so much when it comes to Højlund. He doesn't understand the movement of a striker, especially in an Amorim system. So
the only player that I saw today that actually was Dogu and Xerxes. The two players who could have their head held high was those two. Again,
Xerxes is brilliant. He was good today.
Making lots of intelligent, pointing where he wants to.
Remember, Xerxes played a pass for Garnacho that he missed, the one-on-one.
Yeah,
that was a beautiful pass.
And then he played in the best move of the game that we did is when we played out with Maguire and Doku, and then Doku did what we wanted, what we said we needed a player to do, Jarvis, is to carry the fucking ball, Peter. Carry the ball, DJ. Carry the ball. So we need a player who can carry the ball. He then stopped in the halfway and says, give me the ball, points to where he wants. And then he played a first time pass. But guess who was in his fucking heels again? Guess who really reacted late? Who did it?
Yes, here you see Bruno flicking the ball.
Yeah.
I just want you to before we play this clip.
In 93 minutes. This was the best football we played in 93 minutes.
You see here, Bruno and De Ligt has interchanged position to give themselves a little bit of space.
Jarvis,
so Bruno,
how many times have we talked about it? Opposite movements.
Yeah.
Yes. So here you see Bruno and De Ligt has interchanged positions. So Bruno has a little bit more space because he dragged the pressing player with him. And then you see he flicks it over to Dorgu, who's on the left wing back. He carries the ball with him. And you see up here, Xerxes drops down. And look at Xerxes' movement. He points where he wants the ball. He wants the ball on his left foot. So he wants the ball in this area. He points. He holds out his hand here. He wants it. And that's how you connect with players. As you saw on the diagonal run first with Højlund, he points. So as a team, you have to communicate.
Yeah.
Points
to the ball, receives it, plays it on the one touch to Højlund. But Højlund, he's
too much on his heels, Jarvis. That was I remember that move more than any other move in the game because it was the only time we connected from back to front.
But this was the best play of the day. I agree.
Yeah.
That's why I took this out.
In 93 minutes of football, it's not good enough, Jarvis. It's not fucking good enough. We should be doing this at least 4-5 times a half. I just do this 4-5 times a half.
I just feel like
if you go back here and look at Højlund in this instance.
What are you doing?
He's
Get
not
on your
focused.
fucking bike.
He
Turn
should
your
push,
face.
he should push
Turn
the defenders
your
and
face.
open up space.
Why
But
is
Xerxes,
he
if you
telling-
turn with
why
the
is
ball
he
and
telling
run with
somebody
it,
to
or
pass? Why
yes,
is he telling somebody where to pass? Do your fucking job,
Yeah.
dickhead.
And now it's too late. 3 yards, he will never get them back.
Yeah. Well, the thing is, guys, what you got to look at is this. The Spurs keeper, Vicario, was come back from a long injury. So he wasn't what you would call match fit. He was ring rusty. You would be looking to at least get as much crosses and balls onto him as possible, wouldn't you? Because you think, well, he's rusty. The keeper's rusty. If you don't put shots on the keeper, you can't test him, can you?
That's why I was pissed off when Bruno laid off that pass to Garnacho, and Garnacho didn't even hit the frame of the goal at all.
Yeah,
up to the stands. I'm like, why?
Yeah,
why?
I mean, you can't. I mean, look, that miss from Garnacho defies logic. Yeah, you're looking at a guy who's a season. He's a season pro. He's not the finished article, but he's a season pro per se. As in the games he's had, the quality of games he's had, the teams he's played against, and you're 12 yards out, not even that. You blasted it. You didn't even smack it full shot. he side-footed it and he went straight over the bar. You can't blame anyone for that but the player.
Yeah.
Taking that shot. You seriously can you?
Guys,
That's no one's fault but him.
Peter, I see Nordian. He asked for 50 more likes. Sorry for taking
Get him up.
the chat.
Get him up.
Nordian.
Yeah.
50 more likes, people. And guys, this is the Garnacho chance. And if you dissect it really well, you see here Xerxes on the ball, plays it beautiful to Casemiro. Bruno gives it to an open Garnacho, who blasts it over the goal. But I want you to pay attention here to Højlund. Look at his run. It's beautiful. It's a diagonal run. He drags 3 defenders with him because he makes this movement. And suddenly Garnacho is open. So that's what you get with Højlund. Sometimes he do brilliant stuff and sometimes he doesn't understand jack shit. And that's why I'm so frustrated with this guy.
Well, he's a young player, innit? He should be developed, Jarvis. He should be developed and he should be coached to do the good things again and again in training. And the bad things, not to do the bad things. But we don't have...
Seriously now, guys, seriously, from Garnacho, from that range, you at least got to hit the target. Come on, guys.
That's what I'm saying.
Jarvis, I've seen, listen, sorry, Pete, I've seen Cantona miss from 2 yards. Come on now. I'm never going to go at somebody for missing a chance. The thing about it is that we only created that one-on-one chance in the whole game. What other one-on-one chance did we create in the game?
I mean, it was another
and Jarvis and Jarvis and DJ and Lesso. This Spurs team today was shit. Was crap. Was absolutely crap.
They were. But I think Spence was brilliant
good.
today.
It was good. That was his best game today.
I think he's really good.
Came up against proper players in midfield against Villa. He was locked out. He was physically challenged. He was physically outpowered, and he didn't want to know against Villa. I watched the game Villa versus Spurs. I watched it live. I watched it on TV live, and he wasn't getting anywhere. United, he had all the fucking space to run into. All of it. He had the freedom of that fucking pitch. DJ, where do we go from here? 1 minute, Pete. DJ, where do we go from here? I'll get your last comment, and then we'll go around.
Where do we go from here? I think
that's a good question.
Needs to be brave. I think the manager. I mean, we're already in this awful predicament as is. So I really, at this point, would like to see some of the youth players being integrated into the squad. Maybe not all of them, but at least like Cheeto, Obi Martin, Kone. Those are the 2 at least I want to see. I'm not saying start them next game, but at least keep them on the bench. If the game is a little dicey, you need a bit of inspiration, you might as well take the risk, because at this point, we're 15th. It's really like sink or swim at this point, and your job is on the line. So you have to do something to help yourself any way you can. That's really it for me. If Garnacho's not performing, you take him off. Anybody who's not performing, you take it off. Dallo, Bruno, you take them off. I don't know what this Portuguese bias is, but you really have to let all of that stuff go, or else you really would be out of a job sooner than you think. So these are the things to improve for me.
Facts.
Well said.
It's facts. In life, you have to help yourself, boys. You have to forget the noise around you and focus on what you've been brought in to do and go, you know what? Someone says this, someone says that. I'm just going to do this. If it goes down the toilet, it goes down the toilet. Well, you've got to start. Amorim is in this position. Forget about how you want to play. It's about getting 3 points, mate. That's your objective now. Yeah, that is your only objective at this club is you need 3 points, boy. You've got the Europa League and you've got the FA Cup to aim for. Playing football like that, we will be out of them competitions in the next round. Guaranteed. Guaranteed. So you need to get these boys and go, look, boys, we're not going to go down. I need to formulate a knockout style of play for these boys to get us over the line and hopefully, by the grace of God, win a trophy. Basically, this is now paradox in what Eric Ten Hag had to do last season. Isn't that funny, boys? You get it? You're seeing it unfold in real time. Paradox in that team. I went to see my own club yesterday, Chester FC, who were in the 6th division of the pyramid of football, were top of the northern section, Premier League. This team, Chester FC, beat Russell Olympic yesterday 4-0. Were top of the league. They would have played this Man United team off the park. And I'm being deadly serious, boys. They would have played them off the park. They knew exactly what they had to do, where they were going. I could see people talking to each other, interacting, blah, blah, blah. This team is more you might as well put, when this team comes out, just put odds on the players and go play the game. Because that's how they interact with each other. It's like they're not looking at anything. They're just not interacting with anything.
No.
Your Premier League level, and you disjointed like this.
At the end of the day, I can't blame Amorim. The football club is toxic, and I've been telling people for years and years. Craig asked me, big up Craig, are we going to win any games? I'm asked about the performances because I think performance is something you can hang your hat on. And I always said, give us something to get behind. The Liverpool game he showed me, the Arsenal game he showed me, the City game he showed me. But it can't just be 3-4 games.
No.
Look at Everton have had a fucking bounce. Everton have had a fucking bounce. Talk about new manager bounce. Talk about fucking Anthony, new player bounce in fucking in Betis. He's fucking scoring 3 assists, 3 goals in 4 games. That's crazy. Listen, it is what it is. Lesso, your last word from you about where do we go from here? Southgate in, somebody saying to us. Well, I'm telling you now, there'll be riots if Southgate got the job. If they sack Amorim for Southgate, there'll be fucking riots. Lesso, talk to me. Last word of the show. People, please smash a like on the video. Subscribe to the channel.
Come on.
We are...
Get them up, boys. Get them up.
We are 60 subscribers away from 2.5K. We're shadow banned, but we don't give a damn. We will always shout for the Palestinian people. We will always shout for the people that's... We're 60 short of 12.5. Right, so let's get there, people. Yeah. Let's go, yeah. And Tactical Devils as well, people. We're on the road to 1,000, right? 1,000. So please subscribe there. Jarvis, I didn't even know you were live earlier, but pick up. I was on a space and somebody was saying something, and I told them you might be live. I don't know.
Yeah, there was a couple of people coming over from Noradin. So yeah, thank you.
Yeah, big up. But Tactical Devils, people, go ahead. Last word from you.
Come on, Lesso.
Yeah, it is what it is.
Back to League Two. Back to League Two football today. I swear to God, in the first half, it was League Two. It was League Two. Fucking hell. Go ahead, Jarvis. Talk to me. Sorry.
Lesso.
Go on, Lesso. Come on.
Yeah. Well, I think I agree with DJ Paul. I mean, it's quite obvious. I think he needs to, let go of being cautious. What are you cautious about anymore? To be honest, we're 15th. We have nothing to play for, literally, except staying up. So, throwing in a couple of maybe 1 or 2 or 3 youngsters in might actually do some good, in this kind of situation.
Yeah.
So he needs to go for it. Like, that's the advice I can give him. And he needs to limit speaking on behalf of Ineos and the Glazers. He should stay away from bad publicity. Things are already bad, so try and limit the damages as much as possible going into the rest of the season. And yeah, that's all I can give him. The advice I can give him. And please be more adventurous in your games. Try and play a bit better, more football. Play around the players. Like, switch them up. Switch it up, bench some players who are not performing, try other players and try and pick a balanced team for God's sakes.
Can I just jump in quick, Dino? Sorry. Yeah, right. I totally agree with what Lesso was saying there. Right. Instead of, which is harking back to what I said just, we're in the FA Cup still, we're in Europa League. You now should be formulating a team that gives you the best chance of winning one of them competitions, because you're not going to go anywhere in the league. We're not going to get relegated. We're not, guys. We're not. It could be, split decision at the end, but we're not. But what Lesso was saying there is today was an opportunity for him to look at the game and go, okay, maybe we're going to lose the game. So, okay, we're going to lose the game. 20 minutes to go. Let's put 3 of the young boys on and start thinking about what's to come, what we need to do. He didn't do it, did he?
Very difficult. Jarvis, last word from you. Kai, Jarvis.
It was an interesting question from Craig. How many points will we take of from the remainder of the season now with the injuries? When I go through it, you see we have Arsenal, we have Everton coming up. Moyes is on
0 points.
0 points. Ipswich home, I think we can win that game.
Nah, no points.
Ipswich are a deadly team. I really would not. I don't fancy this team Ipswich at all. I don't.
We'll get a draw at least. We might get a draw. We're shit at home, Jarvis.
Okay, so let's say 1 point. Then we have Arsenal. That's a loss. Leicester, we win against Leicester. So let's say 4 points.
1 point.
Lose against City. Lose against Newcastle. Maybe we take a point against Wolves. Then we have 5 points. Lose against Bournemouth, Iraola. Brentford, always difficult. West Ham, we might win that game. So we have 5, 6, 7, 8 points. And lose against Chelsea and Aston Villa. So 8 points in the remainder of the season. And we are currently on, I don't know what we're on at the moment, 29?
Yeah,
29
12 points out of safety.
We're talking 37 points.
37. That should be enough to keep us.
It's enough to stay afloat, but we will end up in 14th, 15th.
West Ham got relegated on 40-odd points back in the day.
The only reason why we would stay up is because there are 3 teams worse than us.
Yeah. Southampton have 9 points. So with 20 points clear of Southampton. So I think they're gone. But if Ipswich or Leicester City could pull 2 wins together, we're in trouble. If one of those 2 teams in 17th or 18th or even Wolves could pull like 2 back-to-back wins, that's when the pressure really ramps up. But for now, it's kind of like where it is. They pick up 1 point here, 1 point there, and then we are still like 10, 11 points far from them. So there's always that gap there. But for me, we're not automatically safe. So we really could still go down.
Yeah. In fact, yeah, you could look at the game today, the second half, the fight Wolves put up against Liverpool was a better fight in the game than the all of the Man United put up against Spurs. Wolves had straight 10 shots in the second half against Liverpool.
They should have won. They should have got the equaliser at least. Yeah. They were by far the better team in the second half. Yeah.
2-2. So,
yeah.
It's going to be.
We could be here. Yeah. We could be here all night talking. I'm gonna relax. To answer my own question, the only way we go from here is the day we get rid of the fucking Glazers. It's the only day. It's the only way. Because then we would not know that the club, nobody would put in tickets up. And people like Peter, who've been going since they were 10 years old, would not be giving up their season tickets because of what they see, because they got sick and tired of the bullshit. But I just want to say, big up to DJ Paul. DJ Paul, can let them know where they can find you. Those who are in California are looking for a DJ.
Yeah, man. If you're in California, you're looking for a DJ, you can hit me up on my Instagram.
How did the song go? Noradin. Last time a DJ saved my life.
DJ Paul is saving lives out here. So go on. What's your Instagram?
At world famous DJ Paul. You can follow me on my Instagram. I also have a small business as well. My LLC. 703 WF LLC. So if you're in need, if you want to register your company in the United States, I can help with that as well. I've been doing that for over a year. So yeah,
nice.
Like that.
Big up to DJ Paul. Listen, let's go. Black Rain on Twitter. Let's busy at the moment. Peter, you can catch him. Stella, the fellow with a Stella.
Instagram, Alien Tenno on YouTube. That's it.
There you go. Jarvis Cocker, Bowley 77, BOLE 77. at X or Twitter. Tactical Devils is the YouTube. He did a 2-hour show. He's telling us, broke it down. There was nothing to break down. United was shit. We did a one move. There was nothing to break down.
At least we tried. We did our best. It was a good show.
Good effort, Jarvis. But I'm sure you talked about players and talked about Amorim not starting going with the young players and keeping the players on for 90 minutes. I'm sure you talked about that. I'm sure you did.
Yeah,
I was fuming, but I'm calmed down now. But I was fuming at the beginning. I was so disappointed. I think Amorim was a coward, and I still think he was a coward.
You saw my tweet, Jarvis. I'm saying, what the fuck have you been working on with the kids? What the fuck?
Yeah.
What was this? The shit. To me, I can't accept shit football. Losing, you have no right. You have to earn to win a game. You have no right to win a football game. You have to earn the right to win a football game.
Yeah.
But to me, the performance, I will never give any manager a pass with shit performances. I will always call them out. That don't mean a manager out. I think he's coming to a toxic place and he's in the shock of his life, realizing what he's coming to. And he's covering up for the Glazers. The first time he covered up for the Glazers and Ineos is when he said, I said the players, it was me who said players need to go. So why are you not asking players to be brought in? And then you started fucking Kobe as number 9 2 days before. You were sending a single. We're not stupid. We know what you were doing, but they let you down. And then you cover for them now saying, because of the first team, why the people are getting sacked. No, it's got nothing to do fucking with you. You've only walked in the door just recently. It's up to the people who put this club in debt for 20 years and the people who enabled it by giving them more money. Ineos. So anyway, 2 pence out. Free Palestine, free Lebanon, free Sudan, free the Congo, free everywhere where people are oppressed. Tigray, other than anywhere in this world. Fuck Zionism. Fuck the Nazis. I see you, absolute Nazi Dolph shaggers. I see you try to come for me on Twitter. If you know, you know. But listen, big up to everybody. Love and light. Fuck the Glazers. Fuck Ineos. And if you want to be down with them, fuck you too. Get out. Keep it 100%.
Come on, boys. Who are we? Manchester United. 50,000 Busby Bates will always be excited. Manchester
United. There you go. Good night.
Good night.
Good night, people.
Good night, boys.